Apple doesn't want the iPhone 18 Pro Max to feel new at first glance. And that's the most important clue. While everyone's distracted by megapixels and screen sizes, Apple is quietly undoing old decisions, testing future ideas, and reshaping how the iPhone fits into your life. This isn't a flashy upgrade cycle. It's a controlled reset, and once you notice it, you can't unsee it. If you enjoy digging into the stuff Apple never highlights on stage, the quiet upgrades, the strategic pullbacks, the moves that only make sense years later, go ahead and like the video, share it with someone who actually cares about tech, and subscribe. This channel is about reading between the lines, and the iPhone 18 Pro Max has a lot hiding there. The first clue shows up the moment you unlock the phone. Apple is finally pushing Face ID under the display, but instead of deleting the dynamic island like everyone expected, they shift it off to the side. The selfie camera moves to the top left corner, and suddenly the screen feels calmer. Not dramatically different, just less distracting. And that's intentional. Apple isn't chasing a full-screen look yet. They're training your eyes to accept less interruption. It's a transition phase, not a final form. Once you get used to it, going back feels messy, and that's how Apple locks and change without backlash. But while the front feels more refined, Apple is quietly reversing course on something else. That camera control button everyone talked about, the touch gestures are reportedly gone. On the surface, it sounds like a downgrade. In reality, it's Apple admitting a rare mistake. Accidental swipes, missed shots, awkward muscle memory. Those problems never made it into marketing, but users felt them. Switching to pressure-only input makes the button boring, predictable, and reliable. And that tells us something bigger. Apple is entering a phase where usability matters more than showing off clever ideas. The camera hardware itself follows the same pattern. Yes, there are rumors of a massive resolution jump, possibly even a 200-megapixel stack sensor on the Pro Max. But Apple isn't chasing numbers for bragging rights. These stack sensors are about speed, power efficiency, and data handling. Faster readout, better low-light video, cleaner HDR, less battery drain. This isn't about better photos today. It's about preparing the camera for computational imaging, spatial video, and AI-driven capture tomorrow. Apple is upgrading the camera for things it hasn't fully revealed yet. Connectivity is where the long game becomes obvious. Satellite support moving beyond emergency use into real data and voice changes the role of the iPhone entirely. It stops being a device that only works where towers exist. That's huge. Yes, there will be subscriptions. Yes, carrier support will limit it at first. But once Apple normalizes sky-based connectivity, the expectation shifts. Dead zones stop being acceptable. And that pressure doesn't just affect Apple. It affects the entire mobile industry. Then there's the launch strategy, which almost no one is talking about. Holding back the base iPhone 18 isn't a delay. It's a repositioning. Apple wants the Pro models to feel like the default choice, not the upgrade. By spacing launches and leading with premium devices, Apple stretches attention, controls narratives, and nudges buyers upward without raising prices too aggressively. It's not a spec decision. It's a behavioral one. Put all of this together, and the iPhone 18 Pro Max stops feeling like a normal yearly refresh. Apple isn't reinventing the phone. It's quietly removing friction, rolling back risky ideas, and laying groundwork for a future where hardware fades into the background. Fewer gestures, less visual clutter, more invisible tech doing the work. And the real question isn't whether these changes are exciting. It's what Apple is getting us ready for. Because if this phone is teaching us to accept hidden sensors, simpler controls, and phones that don't rely on towers, what happens when Apple finally removes even more from the equation? That's what I want to hear from you. Which of these changes feel small now, but could matter the most later? Because this feels less like an ending, and more like Apple quietly turning the page.